Hey y'all, my name is Talal, and something I want to talk about today is something a lot of us deal with as artists that is just the most annoying thing in the world. And if you somehow don't deal with this, frankly, I believe you are lying either to others or yourself, or maybe even both. But it's art block. But before I get into that, I'm going to explain today's speed paints, since it's going to be a bunch of different things, hence why it's called the art junkyard. So first and foremost, these first few drawings that are fully completed were started mostly in January, and then I got sick about a week or two later, and then I was trying to break that weird blip I had fallen into after and during, and when nothing else worked, I started picking back up these things I had started drawing but ultimately let go to try and give myself something easier, like coloring. One of them I get a little bit carried away with, but I actually like how it turned out, so that might turn into a character or something, but I don't know for what at the moment. Anyway, this seemed to really help shake the funk off for me, and I was even able to do a really simple semi-vent piece, which isn't shown here, but it is up on my Patreon, so you can check that out if you want to. But that's something I've found interesting, because I don't know, there's very few things that work for me, and this time around that was kind of a new little trick I tried, and it seemed to work, so that was cool, I guess. But what follows after that will be some abandoned art, old sketches that were either for a finished piece or studies, unfinished art, or just practice. Like, I did a page you'll see of human faces and features, and at one point I get frustrated and trace a photo to try and hone in on the proportions more, which I really have always tried to avoid. But tracing photos, like actual photos, not others' artwork, can be helpful, and it has at one point helped me kind of break down anatomy a little bit. I think I did it one other time with old dog I had, and I made it like this pop art cover for my binder for school. It was kind of cute, but I don't know where it went, so I can't show it. Anyway, I do that, but I also try to stylize it because I don't know how I want to draw people really. Though there is one study I do of Winnie Harlow that I think kind of worked. It's almost a bit more cartoonish or caricature-ish in some way. I don't know how to explain it. Her eyes are just proportionally a little bit bigger than, I guess, actuality, you would say. But again, I think I may have been playing with style there too, or maybe I just wasn't, and it turned out kind of nice in the end. These are all like from 2020, 2021. I think these were mostly the first half of 2021, and then you flash forward to 2022. I wish I would have taken a video so bad. I just thought it would look like ish in the end, because it always does, so I wasn't expecting it to turn out how it did. But I did this study page of Ariana Grande, and I kind of shocked myself, to be honest. I know it's not perfect, but like I did human faces, and it wasn't horrible. Like, wow. I did share some peeks at it in my stories on Instagram, but I'll try to share that later in an actual post sometime. I gotta try to do it again and hopefully record me not sucking at it. But this leads me into my next point. I did all of this art you see here and was either frustrated by it in a block or straight up just struggling with art for no apparent reason. When I'm in a deep art block, sometimes it's usually that I'm just burnt out and need a break for a certain period of time, or I've just been doing one thing for too long. The other option that's been pretty helpful is I really needed to doodle traditionally. Pencil to paper, it feels amazing for me for some reason. Maybe it's rooted in ancestry. Like all the way back to the cave people who drew on walls. It's like connecting you back to nature or something. I don't know. The other option, like I kind of alluded to a moment ago, is that I just need to draw something different or entirely new to me. I don't know why, but exploring new things, even subject matter, has always been so nice to me. And I don't know, It like gets the juices flowing or something. And of course, this recent trip up has exposed me to another possible helpful avenue in just coloring pre-made line art. I don't often do coloring pages, even though I like them and I would like to, but I just don't normally get motivated to do them. So that's kind of annoying. But now I know I could use that in the future, so hopefully it'll... But in my experience, it's felt often very sudden. And a lot of times it would affect me mentally. One thing I always kind of panic about is over whether or not I've just suddenly lost my ability to draw, or at least in the way I've known how to. And that's probably from anxiety and some interactions in the past that I won't get into here. But it almost gets worse the more I doubt myself or feel more negative emotions, or I'm being so super anal about getting something right instead of just drawing for fun. Which segues into that point I wanted to get into. I didn't judge my art as harshly when I was a kid. Like I just drew because I like drawing and I wanted to do what I saw on the television, which was usually Disney. I think I got upset one time when this kid kind of insulted what I had drawn. That comment pretty much annihilated me, but I find it pretty laughable now because it probably did look like a potato. That story is neither here nor there. My original point was I enjoyed drawing for the sake of drawing a long time ago, and then I lost that for a while. I didn't get super critical about it until I think I found out there's an art community online. Dun dun dun. And I wanted to be a part of it, and then I noticed how unnoticed I was turning out to be because, let's face it, my skill level as a child preteen was not anywhere close to eye-catching. It's just basically a work in progress because I was still pretty young and learning, but then I started interacting in some spaces. I finally got into Instagram after being uninterested in it for ages at like 13. Yeah, that's the rule abiding age. That first account got deleted, though, by myself because I just had this need to start over a million times. Moving on, the point of where the crux of the issue started was comparison, both in other artists who were a lot more experienced and just comparing numbers and the style and all of it, because I don't know why, it was like a natural thing. I don't know how you would explain that. I've talked about this in at least one other video. You should really avoid comparing yourself for a very good reason. I only kind of recently finally felt my mind just surrender at one point because I was exhausted from all of it. I found my growth really picked up once I just started enjoying drawing, and when I wasn't constantly trying to check my following and the likes and everything, returning to that same simplicity of just drawing almost meditatively, in a sense. I still want to improve and get better, of course, because I think art really has very few limits, if any, and I know some may argue against that, but at the end of the day, you could draw literally anything you can think of. Whether or not it's technically sound isn't so much of a big deal unless that's what you want yourself to focus on and improve. But also, art is also very subjective, obviously. Anybody can like or dislike it, and that is ultimately totally fine. Now, when you throw a career into the mix of it, at least one that you have online, then yes, growth is important. It's kind of detrimental in a sense. But still, it's best to be careful not to get so focused on that. Otherwise, it's going to impact your health and your art, and probably not the way you want it to at all. So, in short, you should just be careful about it. I always get worried that I'm explaining the obvious a bit, and I'm probably sounding like a know-it-all or something, even though I don't know probably anything. Or I'm just explaining common sense in a way, but you gotta fill air in a video. Anyway, another part of the problem I realized was that I was very anti-tags for a while on Instagram anyway, because I saw a lot of art theft back then, and but eventually I sucked it up and just joined the tag train. It's not even a train, it's just the way the app functions. But that also really helped with reach and engagement, or not engagement, but just it helped with reach. Something else I've also had to learn over the past year or so is how to get comfortable doing what I am right now, recording my own voice. In the beginning, it was horrifying. I really wanted to start my channel way sooner than I did, but I had a very specific vision that I was hell-bent on sticking to, and it wasn't something I was comfortable doing, pretty much. I wish I would have started sooner, because I may be better at this than I am now. But I still did take a big step when I did start, so. Even now I have a habit of feeling a bit of anxiety, even if I'm not super conscious of it while I'm in the middle of recording. I still want to be a little bit more of a chill vibe here, but I also want it to be interesting, fun, and sound more comfortable or confident eventually, which isn't usually my nature, but I guess that's just a general goal I want. But I am also kind of always hyper conscious of the fact that I can't record somewhere soundproof, and I don't like to be heard by anyone who's home. So that's a little bit of a predicament. Anyway, point is, the point is, I still don't particularly like where I am, but I have gotten to a point where I am less harsh on myself about it, to the point that I've been talking for longer periods of time, and I think I'm getting there, maybe, I don't know, but I think I've improved. I think I've improved, but I'm still not where I want to be, and that's just kind of the process of experience. I don't know what. God, you're being loud. Hello? Oh my god. A little rumbly. Jeez. So I think I will get there eventually, but I also have no idea how I truly come across in my videos. I also have genuinely have no idea how I come across in these videos. I'm sure I sound awkward. I don't ordinarily know how to converse in real life either, unless I'm like vibing real well with somebody. Which is why my friend group is pretty small, which is fine by me, honestly. But that's why this is kind of difficult for me. But other people have done it, so I figure, why can't I? But I thought to show that I had an idea to demonstrate this, that would kind of tie into what I'm talking about with art. I would also include a round of blue. What? Really? I'm just gonna steal. Okay. Well, apparently, first we will have words from Elvis, who will explain in my stead. So, take it away, Purry Fluffito. I'm probably gonna reuse it eventually anyway, but I say that a lot, so at least fuck. Hey y'all. I hate that too. God. This week's video is a raffle prize for... I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how to pronounce one. Fuck. On a whole other related note... Related? Unrelated. What? On a whole other related... I did it again. Oh my god. If y'all hear birds in the background, I am so sorry. There's not much I can do because they are parakeets. And it's nothing y'all haven't heard in my videos before. Wait, no, you have. How do you... What the fuck? I'm just gonna call that a blooper. If not that, what am I talking about? I'm so sidetracked. Other than that, listen, I love motorcycles too, but you don't gotta be that loud. Anyway. And there he goes off in the distance. Where was I going with that? Hey y'all, my name is Dalal. I'm an artist. I specialize in digital and I draw a lot of animals. And I hope you're having a wonderful day today. What am I doing? ASMR? No. Hey y'all. My name is Dalal and I'm back today. Christmas Eve. Wow. That timing. Oh. If you would like some merch that won't make it to the holidays at this point. What? This is a terrible blooper. I'm gonna go ahead and call it at this point that we are at the end. I don't know why I called it the Hollycat. I said Hollycat before. That's what I meant. The happy Hollycat. Like, oh my god. Anyway. And that is a wrap, I think. Thank you so much for watching. Nope. If you can't support me there, that is totally fine. Please just consider what? And that is wrap on the bloopers. I'm pretty sure they weren't that crazy or funny as I was kind of hoping for, but I thought it would be nice to share just the mess ups. If you did get a kick out of it, great. That being said, we should be at the end of the video by now, so here's my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Dalel, D-A-L-E-L. Here are my phenomenal, wonderful, amazing patrons' names. Y'all breathe life into me. Seriously, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you can't support me there, that is totally fine. Please just consider supporting me here or on any of my other platforms. Subscribe, hit the like, hit the bell, comment if you prefer just one speed paint or multiple speed paints in one video. And with that being said, please hydrate, stay safe, have a good day, and bye-bye.